top of the morning, and it is a beaut.
And the hope of the Irish as the future champion of the world.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio.
Welcome to the Barry J. McDonald podcast. The place where dreams get dusted off and acted on. Because life is too short. We're living on a rock that's flying through space, and hey, what the hell else were you going to do with yourself here?
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today I want to talk about goal setting, because it's something that a lot of us kind of shy away from or try to totally avoid. Now, I remember many years back when I used to work in a computer keyboard factory, there was 2 times of the year when everybody was really excited on the factory floor. Now, it was either summertime or it was Christmas time. You know, as soon as Christmas was over, everybody was racing off to the travel agents in January, looking for the best deals for the summer holidays. And on the run up to the summer holidays, you know, when the factory closed down for 3 weeks, everybody would have some brochures. You'd see people in the canteen going through brochures and pointing out to other people, well, this is the hotel that we're going in. This is what the beach is like. You know, we'll probably hire some cars, we'll travel here, we'll do this, we'll do that. So that everything planned out. You had all these goals that they'd like to achieve when they were away abroad. And again, at Christmas time, you know, on the run up to Christmas, the gossip was usually, you know, where are we going to have the Christmas party? What are you going to wear? You know, will I bring drinks? Will you bring drinks? Or can we hire a bus? Or will we go to a nightclub? And, you know, all the different planning that went into having a great Christmas. You know, everybody was really buzzing about that. And for a lot of people in that factory, myself included at the time, you know, that was the only 2 times of the year when we put any goals in place, when we gave any thought to what we wanted to do that year, you know, where we went on holidays and what we were going to do at Christmas time. And outside that, it was just, you know, it was random. It was just a random life. You know, we had no goals. We had nothing that we wanted to achieve other than be turning up to work, doing our job and just going home. Everything was just kind of running along, just being mediocre and just traveling with the group. But as you do get some sense, or if you do maybe spend some time with any personal development, products, books, podcasts or whatever, you'll hear people talk about goal setting. You know, picking a goal and aiming for it and trying your very best to achieve that goal. Maybe that goal might be to lose some weight. Maybe it might be to start a business. Maybe it might be to write and release a fiction book, or, you know, create a blog or something like that. You know, have some goal that you're aiming for. And sometimes we do in the beginning, we might pick a goal and, you know, we might keep it to ourselves sometimes because we're afraid of maybe other people finding out, you know, when we say we're going to write a fiction book, you know, our friends or family might scoff at us, might laugh at us, and we don't want to face that embarrassment. But you might have maybe set a goal or 2 for yourself, and maybe you've achieved them, maybe you haven't. Now, probably for a lot of us, we don't achieve those goals. And when it comes to goal setting, it's a nasty thing. It's something we don't want to avoid doing, you know. But again, all the personal development people say you should set goals. You should set a direction for your life. And here is us maybe trying to achieve those goals and failing it, and just kind of throwing our hands up in the air saying, well, maybe other people can achieve those goals, but it never works for me. Now, in my own case, I used to find that goal setting was hard. I used to set goals for myself. You know, sometimes I did achieve maybe small ones, where maybe I said to myself, well, Barry, you're going to write a children's fiction book. We're going to get it done by the end of the month, and we're going to get it probably published maybe in 6 weeks' time. And I used to meet those goals really easily. You know, I could stay focused. I knew what needed to be done, and I could achieve that goal. But give me bigger goals of maybe earning a couple of $1,000s a month, or, you know, doing something larger than that. I used to find that I used to fall down on that. And I used to find that it made me angry at myself. You know, why can't I reach those goals? You know, what's wrong with me? Why can't all those people that I listen to and read about, how can they achieve all their goals of being millionaires or, you know, having this great lifestyle? And me, the best I can do is maybe just write a couple of fiction books. And those small goals, that's all I could achieve. So I stayed away from goal setting for a long time because it made me angry. It made me angry with myself. You know, I blame myself that I wasn't good enough. You know, why can't I achieve those goals? Is there something wrong with me? Am I the only person in the world who can't achieve goals? So sometimes when it comes to goal achieving, there's a kind of a bitter kind of aftertaste to it. And again, too, sometimes if we, as these people who say you should set goals, sometimes they say you should publicly declare it. You should tell your friends and your family or maybe your online group that you're going to do these things. But again, if you don't achieve those things, it's really embarrassing that, if somebody says to you after 6 months, well, how did that thing go? You remember you promised in 6 months' time you're going to be a millionaire or you're going to have this great achievement. What happened? A lot of us like to crawl back into our shells and, laugh it off and say, oh, that was only a joke. I didn't really mean to do that. And, the public humiliation sometimes is too much for us to bear. So if maybe you are feeling, that goal setting isn't for you, or maybe you have set goals in the past and you found that you never achieved them, I'm going to give you a tip that maybe you should try today, which will probably take a lot of pressure off you and will kind of maybe push you on from where you are right now. And that is to use reasons. Reasons why you want to achieve a goal. Now, I know in the past when I used to set a goal for myself, it was just a random target. I'm going to earn a certain amount of $1,000 per month. It never happened. And I think the reason it never happened for me was because I never had a strong enough reason behind it. I never had a reason that, powered me to show up every day, to do what I need to do. Now, maybe you haven't set any goals right now. Maybe goal setting is something that you never really think about or never do. But reasons, you use them every day and you don't even realize it. If maybe you woke up today, you walked into the utility room or whatever, and you're looking at this big, basket full of laundry that's overflowing. I'm sure you will take action on that, and I'm sure you'll probably put that washing in the machine and do it. Again, you might go to the fridge, you may open it up, you may find there's hardly any milk. You need some milk for your cereal. You look out the window and it's just pouring down with rain. So you're looking at the carton, you're looking at the rain outside, but you need the milk. So the reason for you getting that milk is going to motivate you to get in the car, maybe walk around to the corner shop, get the milk and come back. Again, even going to work. A lot of us, unfortunately, sometimes have to go to jobs that we don't like. Maybe working with people that we don't like. Maybe doing things that we don't like. So we still show up because we need the money. The reason for us showing up and doing that job is we need the cash. So in all those kind of daily activities, the things that you're doing right now, you're already using a reason process. There's reasons you need to do that. There's reasons why you need to pick up the kids. There's reasons why you need to exercise. There's reasons why you need to do this and that and the other. So maybe if goal setting isn't for you, maybe you should try reasons instead. Maybe you should say to yourself, well, you know something? What would I like to achieve? And why would I like to achieve that? So, say for example, maybe you would like to be a content creator. Now, if I was asking you, why are you creating content? You could probably give me a couple of answers. You could say, well, I see everybody else is doing it, so that's why I create content. Or you may say to me, well, it's part of my business, I have to do it. Or maybe you might say to me, well, I'm creating content because I want to be famous. Or you might say to me, well, the reason I'm creating content is because I want to make a big difference in people's lives. I want my content to go out, motivate people, teach people, train people, make them feel better about themselves. So I'm sure if you look back through that list of reasons, which one seems the most popular one or the most positive one? It's the last one, right? It's someone who is trying to make a difference in people's lives with their content. But a lot of the people who have the other reasons, saying that they need to do it because it's just part of the business or because everybody else is doing it or they want to be famous, those reasons aren't really going to stack up well, against that last option. You'll never compete with somebody who is putting content out because they're trying to make a difference. If you get out of bed today and you have to create some content and you're saying to yourself, well, the reason I need to create this content is because everybody else is doing it. Is that really a strong enough reason? Do you really think you're going to create your best content? Do you think maybe that it mightn't be as, as strong a reason as maybe watching a box set on Netflix? If you hold them side by side, which way would you be swayed? Would you be swayed to create the content? Or would you be swayed to head over the TV and watch something on Netflix? I'm sure Netflix will probably win over because you're not really committed. You don't have a strong enough reason to do the thing that you want to do. So if you are trying to do something, or if you would like to achieve a goal, instead of maybe just declaring, well, you know something, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, or I'm going to, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to write a fiction book. Instead of maybe declaring that and, using that as a goal, forget about the goal and just think to yourself, why do I want to achieve that? Why do I want to lose weight? What inside me wants me to write a fiction book? Why do I want to have an online business? And think about that for a moment. Now, you will find that you'll probably come out with something like, oh, I want to create an online business because I want to make money. But that's probably the first thing that comes to mind. And usually that first reason is probably something that you haven't really given much thought about. It's probably another reason you heard from someone else. The reason they created an online business was because they wanted to make more money. So you're just parroting what they have said. But that's their reason. We need to have a look at your reason. So what you need to do is you need to dig deeper than that. Why do you want to create an online business? Now, you may say originally it was got to do with the money. But you may say that maybe underneath that, the reason you need the money is because you want your kids to have a better life than you have. You want to take them on holidays. You want to maybe be able to buy a car so you can travel around the place, that they don't need to, stand out in the rain waiting for buses, that you can take them to school, or you can take them on car journeys or whatever, because maybe you don't have a car right now. So that could be a stronger reason. And again, I'm sure if you went a little bit deeper on that reason of why you want the money, again, you said it was because of the car, but is there maybe another reason under that? Maybe the reason under that may be to make yourself feel proud about yourself. That, maybe you're a little bit embarrassed right now that maybe you're the only person on the street who hasn't got a car. And if you had a car, you'd feel better about yourself. You'd feel more confident about yourself. It would make your life far easier. So I'm sure you can see as you kind of work through the different levels, the reasons get a lot stronger for you. And you'll also find too as well, when you are working on your reason, the reason will move from your head down to your heart. The first reason you come up with there was just to make money. But the more you think about making money, the more it's making you think deeper and you're getting more emotional. I'm sure, if you did really need a car and maybe you were the only person on the street, the more you thought about that, the more emotional you'd feel about that, the stronger you'd feel about wanting to have a car, the stronger you'd want to create a successful business, the stronger you'd want to make more money. That would be a really, really strong reason, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be a lot more stronger reason than just wanting to make extra money? So if you are maybe, like I was in the past, maybe just falling down on goal setting or just running away from it because it was too embarrassing to make a goal and then not achieve it, how about maybe just have a look at reasons instead? Have a look at why you want to change your life. Is it for you? Is it for your family? And dig down really, really deep. I've been watching a couple of TV shows recently. I've been watching that one, the Man in the Arena, the one that's on Disney Plus with Tom Brady on it. And it always amazes me, like when you see some of the players who, get a Super Bowl ring. Sometimes the reason that they had got where they are, the reason was just so simple. I remember listening to one player one time say that the reason he wanted to win a Super Bowl was because of his mother. Because of his mother, she drove him to all the practices. She had a bad car. The kids used to laugh at the type of car that he used to pull up in because he was embarrassed about it. And he had that reason in his head. Now, he was a grown man at this stage. This was probably memories of going back to his teenage years. But that reason fired him up. It seems like a small thing. And being embarrassed about your mother, and the car you were driving around in. But that was really, really strong for him. That reason for him, it didn't exist in his head. It existed in his heart. It existed in his heart because he wanted to show his mother that he could make a difference in his life and her life. He could probably buy her any car that she wanted to, that she would never have to be embarrassed for whatever she was driving around in, that she could be proud of him. So that reason had come from his heart, and that reason had powered him through all the practices, all the games, all the knockdowns, probably all the injuries and everything he had to go through to achieving that, that Super Bowl ring. So dig down deep. If you have a strong enough reason, if you find that right now it's hard to show up, if you feel that you have to push yourself, if you feel that, it's a chore to do whatever you need to do, find a good reason, something really emotional, really powerful to you, and you will find that that reason will pull you through what you need to do. You'll find that if you've got a strong enough reason, you won't need an alarm clock to get up in the morning. You won't need someone standing over your shoulder telling you to exercise or telling you to write your daily words or to do whatever it is, because you're already fired up. You've already got the reason, and the reason is pulling you forward. So, as I said, if goal setting maybe is a little difficult for you, or you've tried it in the past and it hasn't worked out for you, maybe just put it aside for the moment and just think to yourself, okay, why do I want to make my life better? And keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And you will find at some point it'll go from your head into your heart, and you'll find this real strong emotional thing in you that is going to motivate you. It's going to inspire you, because you, without a reason, are weak right now, but you, with a reason why, can be so powerful, and it can make a huge difference in your life. So if you need a mental kick in the butt, or a physical kick in the butt, think about why. Reasons, and you will see it will transform your life. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Before you go, Barry would like to give you a free copy of Words to Wealth. In it, he's going to show you 10 ways to make money from writing. Head on over to writecome.com now for your copy. Have a great day and come back soon.